Saturday night stream, I guess. I don't know. I don't really have a sure, but just, you know, if I share this stream without typing anything in the Twitter thing, it's like it just, I think it shares it in Spanish. So I try to type in some English. So painting Reaper minis, so that it doesn't, like, you know, it doesn't tweet in Spanish for me. So okay, let's cancel that. Okay, anyway, we'll get to it here in a minute. I'm going to turn on the comment section just in case someone's tuning in and they just kind of want to chime in or talk about anything, really. I mean, that's kind of how it goes now with the stream. Is I basically just turn on the camera and we start painting, and then if you have any questions or anything, go ahead and put it in the comments. What I'm trying to do is get to my stream on the other computer here. So here we go. All right, and let's do. There we go, and let's go. It looks like the stream looks good. I'm not gonna broadcast on Twitch until, I don't know. I don't even know. I don't understand how to gain an audience on Twitch, and it's just the whole interface with Twitch doesn't make sense to me. It seems real temporal, you know. It's funny. Like somebody the other day was saying, "Oh, well, how old school of you stream on YouTube?" I guess so. You know, I'm an old. I guess I'm like I'm old. Like that. This is what I'm gonna use, and this is the format I'm used to. So I do want to go to Twitch, though. I mean, I can see there would be some advantages to going to Twitch, and so I'm kind of interested in it. But anyways, let's get into what we're gonna work on tonight. So what you see in front of you, this mess here, these are cobblestone bases, 25 millimeter round bases that I just quickly stamped tonight. You can see they're not the best quality. Some of them are really kind of choppy. But the thing is, you know, once I put some paint on those and I put some miniatures on those are going to be fine. The miniatures that are actually going to go on these are the second part of this D&D commission. So I had, you know, this client is really, really anxious, and I don't know who he worked with before, but I'm pretty sure that I'm still faster than this person. But this guy is really anxious to get stuff done. Maybe I guess I can't say that. Maybe this other person just painted like absolute lightning and just cranked shit out like at an incredible rate. I don't think so, though. I really don't think, you know, unless painting was their full-time job, I don't think this person's working at the kind of pace that I normally work at. Now, granted, I did slow down quite a bit. I knocked out the first 4. You guys saw the essential painting of that. And, you know, we're going to work on them tonight. But he gave me another 8 minis to work on. So I got another 8 here to do. This the metal one is the player character. The other 7 plastics are NPCs. And most of them are going to be drow elves. People pronounce it drow, I guess. I didn't even know that. I was calling them drow elves for years. And, you know, I played D&D back in the 80s. So I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, that's how old I am, guys. Played D&D back in the 80s. Like, let that sink in. Some of you guys weren't even born at that point. Some of you guys, some of my older audience, yeah, you guys played D&D in the 80s, and you guys played other shit in the 70s. So, hey, you guys are older than me, too. But I guess my point is I'm not a young gamer. But this... like these back-to-back commissions, it's a little scary, but it's kind of good too. What I don't want to do, what I am concerned about, is I don't want this to just go at this really, really crazy breakneck speed, and then burn me out. That's what I'm worried about. That's what I'm terrified about. Like, let's put this into perspective here. I'm just gonna hold the camera. But see all those, there's like 12 Wild in the Streets miniatures there. You guys actually saw some of that painting maybe a few weeks ago. And you can see they're in the same state that they were. I dropped my own painting, and I hate it. I absolutely hate it when I've got work in progress on my table. It just drives me crazy. And I still have these 4 that I'm going to paint tonight, and then he just plopped another 8 on me. I always complain about crap, so I'm sorry, but it's a good problem to have from a commission painter point of view. But you have to protect your psyche. Like you have to protect your own morale, because that's what painting is. Painting is it's like a sport. When people say that sports are 90% mental and 10% physical, painting is very, very mental, right? When you're painting, you have to be in a reasonable frame of mind. If you're under too much stress, if you are putting too much pressure on yourself, if you're maybe if other people are putting pressure on you to get stuff done, that can be detrimental. So what I tell people, like, if you are gonna paint, regardless if you're painting as a commission painter or if you want to paint for fun, you really do need to protect your morale. Protect your mental well-being, because this is supposed to be enjoyable. At least that's the way I approach it, and I think that's one of the reasons why I can successfully crank out project after project, is because this is supposed to be fun for me, and when it's not fun, I have to reevaluate or adjust to make it fun and to keep it fun. And I'm breaking, man, there we go with local commissions again. I always just screw myself on this stuff. I'm breaking one of my own rules of, like, don't just let stuff linger on your desk. Like, finish the thing and then move on to the next thing. So I have a choice to make here. I'm going to paint these 4 tonight, obviously, because I've got to get them done. But I don't know if I'm going to... I may move on to Wild in the Streets and try to knock that out, even though, that's not a paid commission or anything. I might do it just to keep my my painting desk relatively clear. Otherwise I'm gonna go mad. I've seen other people do this all the time. This is the exact scenario that I call out for other painters, is they get in modes like this, and they may not even be commission painters. Let's say this is like your typical gamer, right? That's like, oh, I'm gonna start playing, whatever skirmish game or army game or whatever. Let's see. All right, let's see if my stream is better tonight. Nope. Well, bear and see how it goes. Sorry, dude. What's up, Cameron? Sorry you're having a hard time. I'm like, my stream is looking really good, and I'm sorry if it. I've got nothing dropped. I mean, it's looking pretty sharp. Anyway, right? You get into a skirmish game and you're like, I'm gonna paint it all. But you keep buying stuff. You just keep buying, and you're in the middle of painting these guys, but oh my god, here come the new models. You buy the new models. You're in the middle of painting those guys. Oh, I'm gonna buy more stuff. That's the trap you get into, and then you back up and you look at your hobby desk and you're like, holy crap! I'm trying to watch my language. Holy crap! I've got all this stuff on my table, and what happens is you lose heart. Like, you lose hope. It crushes your morale. I don't want to continue on painting. I'll never get it all done. Or you just lose interest, and you're like, you know what? I'm going to play video games. Or in my case, I'm going to play some Ninja All-Stars. So last night I could have finished these 4, but I had to go play. I had to go play something because I don't want to spend the nights like absolutely just you know, painting these things. And don't get me wrong, they're fun. These are fun to paint. Look at this Theurge. Right, he's cool. Hey, what's up, Tori? Thanks for chiming in. Looks like the stream is good on your end. Good, thank you. Yeah, cool mini. And then you got the Bard. One of my, I think she's one of my favorite of the lot, the Bard, because I like the female minis. You know, I do. I think they're way more interesting to paint for me than the guys. Little halfling here. All right, he's doing pretty well. He's actually doing pretty well. And then I got the mage, the iconic mage, and he's fun to paint. All right, so that's what we're gonna work on tonight, and we'll just see how it goes from here. If you guys have any questions, any topics, anything you want to talk about, let me know. Somebody left. I hope, you know, maybe Cameron was a little too frustrated with the quality of the stream. I don't know what we're gonna do. Weird. All right, so let's work on some greens actually, because these characters are gonna have a bit more greens to them. Did I really buy I didn't just buy that, did I? Reflective green? I thought I bought a different green. Whatever. Just break out some of the paints I'm gonna need for tonight. All right, so let's look at her real quick. I think we're gonna go with her. She's got this. She has this kind of like, I don't know, is that a cloak of feathers? Yeah, it looks like she's got a feather cloak, and then she's got her regular cloak. Wow, I cannot get this to. Is it because it's like, why can't I get decent light on this? I just can't, can I? How does one get decent light? Right? Am I just, is it the wrong, there we go, look at that. If I could get that to stay, it's in focus and everything. Right? Oh, there we go. I mean, that's where we paint most of the time anyway, so that's pretty good. Lag spikes are only a few seconds. I'll stick around. Thanks, dude. Okay, so yeah, let's paint this guy here. He's cool. So he's so my goal with him is I want to kind of I want to go with like kind of a ghostly type green with him, and then his other color will be a black. So that's what I'm going for. So I'm going to take some of this livery green here, and we're gonna accent him up with that. So yeah, so I hope you guys are having a good weekend. My weekend has been pretty fun so far. Went to Knott's Berry Farm today with my family. Gotta take the little boy around and have him enjoy some time, because you know, these are we're kind of in the last moments here before the new baby comes. So so we're just trying to keep everyone's mood in a good upbeat mood, because it's, you know, it's gonna be a little stressful here for a time, and it's gonna be stressful for us all. Obviously my wife first and foremost, but also for this little guy, because he's not gonna really understand what's going on when it's like, oh, you have to, you know, you got to stay with the sitter, and she's gonna be here probably more than likely overnight. So, you know, get used to that, and then after the baby gets here, then the little guy will be with me quite a bit while mom is in the hospital, and we'll visit her in the hospital. So, but anyways, my point is, what we're doing is we're trying to give this little kid as much comfort and fun as possible before the work sets in. My wife is getting really excited, so we'll see when the baby actually shows. The due date is actually on Thursday, but I'm like, my hunch is telling me Tuesday. my hunch is telling me I'm gonna get to go back to work for one day. I've got to get all my stuff, all my ducks in a row, because I've got to have people covering for me. And then I bet I'll be able to work the full Monday and the full Tuesday, and then sometime late Tuesday, I think she'll start to go into labor. She was walking around Knott's today, and she told me she's actually trying to get the baby to drop. So it's no coincidence. She's like, oh yeah, let's take the family to Knott's and let's walk around and enjoy the day. So it was a fun day, and we don't know if the baby dropped. Kind of looks like it did, but I don't know. I'm not a doctor or anything like that. So, all right. So we'll let that dry for a second. I'm going to use a darker green here. Let's see. Just doing some painting, trying to figure out what to do on my hobby break. Yeah, so you and Chris are taking a hobby break. Does that mean you're taking a gaming break too, or are you gonna, are you still playing Warm Hordes and Warm Hordes and Bushido and all that stuff? I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what her other color might be. So she's kind of a mustardy yellow. And I'll get the yellow to pop, but what should the other color be? I'm trying to figure out. Black would be awesome. Maybe black. Black might work. Or brown. She could be kind of like a brown and yellow character. Maybe green. Maybe like well, I'm not going to do a forest green because I'm going to do that. The halfling is going to have some like forest green tones to him. So let's do. Would be nice. What would be cool here? Yeah, let's do a black. Let's do a black gray as her accent color, and then we can really punch up the yellow. I'm building for GW Armies on Parade. Okay, cool. You working on like GW? Are you like fantasy or 40K? I assume you're working on 40K. I don't think you have any fantasy stuff. Are we allowed to call it fantasy anymore, or do we call it Age of Sigmar? What's the deal there? Age of Sigmar. That's a topic that makes people mad. I mean, does it make does it make the viewers mad? I don't know. Hey, is she wearing sandals? Please don't tell me she's wearing sandals. If she's wearing sandals, they're gonna be black. She's gonna have black feet. It's like just kind of everything. We might still game, but we may cut that out too. Oh, I'm trying to kill this little bug in my room, like a little moth in here. We might. While on this break, we're going to observe the gaming scene. We were planning starting Age of Sigmar in 2017. Okay, so you guys are both working on Age of Sigmar. Cool. Okay. Sweet. Age of Sigmar is, I guess, no longer as much a source of strife as it was maybe a year ago, when you had a bunch of people that were not happy with it, and then you have some people that were defending it, and I don't really know where that went. It seemed like the hardcore competitive folks hated Age of Sigmar, and so they did 9th Age, and then the casual folks were totally down with Age of Sigmar and didn't really understand what the hoopla was all about. Man, yeah, they're sandals, and it's gonna drive me crazy if I don't paint them. If I don't paint her feet in. Man, damn it. All right. Let's just, you know what? So we can do this real quick, guys. We're professionals. We can do this, right? I think so. I think we can do this. Gonna give her feet the quick little once over here. I mean, it's not like I'm painting the skin on the face, so I can probably get away with a little bit more sloppy technique to get the feet done. I mean, how often are you staring at a model's feet anyway, right? It's like the Shawshank Redemption. How often do you recognize what a man's shoes? All right. So let's yeah, let's give let's paint these actually, you know what, she's supposed to be like a canary. At least that's kind of how I envision this model. So so let's give her black leggings instead. Like this. So she'll have black leggings and black sandals. And then she'll have some brighter, like kind of golden colors to her. And then her cloak, actually her cloak can also be a brighter yellow. All right. We just need a stupid beer and pretzels game because the stigma of competitive Warmahordes has gotten to us, hence the break. Yeah, I hear you. That's kind of happened with my little group here. With you know, it's like, yeah, we really like playing Guild Ball, but it's starting to get a little too meaty. So we need to play something a little silly where I'm not, you know, painfully overthinking all my moves and stuff. And for us, it's Ninja All-Stars because it satisfies the multiplayer component, and it's you know, it's funny. It's kind of taken that spot that Frostgrave had in our group. So we liked Frostgrave because it was a multiplayer, relatively light experience. So we liked that. But we burned out on Frostgrave. Like, we multiplayed the shit out of that game. And so we multiplayed the shit out of that game, and it kind of haunts us a little bit. All right, so I guess if we're doing that, then that means her sleeve should also be black here. All right, so her sleeve, this will be black. We'll do a little bit of most of her stomach should be showing, according to the way this model is sculpted. Man. So this model has a bit more skin on it than I previously thought. Don't worry, guys, that doesn't bother me or scare me. It shouldn't bother you. My wife and I, we talk about this stuff sometimes, because it's like, you know, to her, gaming, the whole gaming like / nerd culture, and I hate talking about culture with gaming, but that whole culture is kind of alien to her. And so this idea that, you know, when you have a model like this that's got a lot of skin showing, then, you know, some people get outraged by, oh, clutch the pearls, you know, like that type of thing, like that, you know, the whole I'm afraid of a lump of metal that's shaped like boobs. I will probably never understand that personally. I don't understand. This is representing a female form, and there's an aesthetic to it. But I mean, to take it so far as to say that it's sexual and that it's, you know, somehow damaging or denigrating, I guess I lack the logic to make that kind of leap. And I'm not saying that it's wrong logic. I'm just saying, like, me personally, I don't get there. Like, it's like, it's almost like the way I treat this is like, okay, you know, if you've ever seen a sculpture of the female form, and you know, it's a beautiful form, right? It's somebody has taken their time to form that, to make that, and to sculpt it or to paint it, you know, and it's an artistic thing. And yeah, I mean, to say that the human body is a beautiful thing and should be captured in art, I don't have a problem with that. Some people do, though, because it's like it offends their sensibilities, and I don't know. I just don't see that. I don't think there's, with something like this, it's like, you know, this is, guys, this is a 2-inch piece of metal, you know. Yeah, charge men, we're boobs, run away. Yeah, it's, and the outrage tends to start with within the males. I've seen it. Those guys that have, frankly, if I'm just, you know, if I'm being raw, they've kind of deified boobs. They've deified the woman's body, and to a point where they've stigmatized it. It's like, you know, I think that women are so beautiful that no one deserves to look at them. You know, it's reminds me of the 40-year-old virgin, where he says, I respect women so much that I stay as far away from them as possible. And it's like, if you are one of those guys and you have those thoughts in your head, like, hey, that's a beautiful woman, that's a beautiful thing, and it makes you feel shame for thinking that way, that's where I feel bad. Like, and my wife said that too. She's like, you shouldn't have to apologize for finding the female form attractive, because it's very attractive, and most women will say that too, you know, and they don't have to say that in a sexual manner. Like, you know, women's bodies are beautiful, and they're capable of beautiful things. Similarly, males' bodies can be very beautiful as well. But I don't know. I'm not educated on the whole stigma. All right, so I don't know. But she just thinks it's kind of sad that, like, these guys have been beaten. They've been beaten down so hard that the only thing they know to do when an image, not even the real thing, the image of an attractive female form is before them, that they have to freak out and feel like they have to start policing people around them. Like, oh my God, I feel bad about this, therefore, you know, no one say anything, no one be sexist, no one, you know, and it's like the person is projecting outwards. Like, they're, you know, it's like it's almost like religious hypocrisy, right? The guys that are committing the quote-unquote sin in their heart are the ones that are out making sure nobody sins, nobody has these impure thoughts. But, you know, yeah, that's it. What color should her hair be? I'm trying to decide here. Actually, let's, I don't know. I know I talk about this on the show a lot. And the reason why I do that, oh, crud, I just jacked that up. Well, that's not bad, actually. Let's mix it in and see what we'll get. Kind of a mustard color. I talk about this a lot because I do think that it's a perspective that just doesn't get enough airplay. You know, not in, it gets airplay in other arenas, but I don't think it gets like, you know, it doesn't get balanced in the nerd culture, in the nerd scene, because people are afraid to voice a different opinion, or maybe even just a slightly different take on stuff. I've noticed that, and I wouldn't single out the nerd community for it, but I'd say we're a little shyer about you know, confrontive things. So I don't know. But I like to say, you know, that do not be afraid of thinking something is pretty. My wife gave me while we were talking about this, you know, she was like, well, you know, because we're talking about the objectification of women, and she's, like I said, she's actually fairly feminist in her thinking, and we don't agree on stuff from time to time. Actually, there's a lot of stuff that we don't agree on, but one thing we do agree on is that, you know, she feels this way pretty strongly about this, that it's almost like the pretty girls these days have been stigmatized against, and she feels like, you know, that men and women alike often stigmatize her for being you know, along that scale of what is considered the traditionally attractive. So we have an interesting talk about stuff like that, and we talk about the objectification of women and images of women, right? That's the thing that we talk about quite a bit. So my wife is super sex positive, though. You know, she's very, she thinks it's best to be open and honest about your sexuality and your feelings and that kind of thing. And when you put things, you air things, and you get them out in the open, that you can actually, that you take the taboo away. You know, you take some of that power away. I'm a firm believer in that, right? If something is considered taboo or unspeakable or unthinkable, you are elevating it in power. You're giving that thing so much control over yourself. And then, you know, the worst thing you could do with that is to take that power and then try to control others with it. And that's when things really start to fall apart. It's like, okay, you've already elevated something, you've already stigmatized something, and now you're going to give it, so you've given it power, and now you're going to exert that power on others. That's where you start to lose me. So I don't know. Whatever. I'm just saying this because I'm painting something like this, and I noticed, okay, look, I mean, if you look at her, let's be real. Let's look at her objectively. That's not, yeah, it's true. This is not realistic armor. Or she can't even get her to focus. I want to talk about her, but we can't get her to focus. Come on, camera. Work with me. There we go. Okay. Right? So, you know, she's got the cleavage showing. She's got some of her stomach showing. It's not volume-wise, it's not a lot of skin, but it's the right parts of skin. And that's where you can, that's where you can say, okay, that's not legitimate armor. That's not going to protect her, in terms of adventuring. But I don't know. There's 1,000 ways you could argue it. There's 1,000 ways you could argue it. If this person's a bard and she's an entertainer, like a bar wench, or like a, if she's in the bars kind of like courting people, using her, kind of using her quote-unquote feminine wiles on her audience, then this outfit makes perfect sense, especially with her holding the bird. Like, why are we assuming that this particular picture and pose of her is her, knee-deep in a dungeon fighting orcs? Now, she does have her sword drawn. That's the only thing you might be able to say. But she also has a canary in her hand. So, I mean, how do we know? Like, maybe she's gonna kill that canary and eat it or something. Or maybe, maybe this is all part of her act. Maybe she does a stage act, and she tells tales. And, you want people to come see tales, you gotta, you bust out that medieval cleavage. You see it all over the Ren Fair. When you go to the Ren Fair too, like, you see that medieval cleavage, and the girls like to pop out the girls for stuff like that. I don't know. What are you gonna say? That's what happens. So yeah. Anyway. But whatever. I mean, at the end of the day, what is this? What are we talking about here? This is a censorship. Just kidding. Well, yeah, I know. Like, is the logical step to something like this, hurting your fragile sensibilities? Is the logical step to stop doing anything like this? You can maybe stop sculpting miniatures like this. Okay, sure. Maybe you can stop painting pictures like this, doing drawings of stuff like this. Maybe you stop doing sculptures of stuff like this. Maybe you, and then you stop people from looking at stuff like this. Like, stop looking at some of the famous sculptures of our time and the famous paintings of our time, the nudes of our time. Like, maybe we stop that too. Like, I don't know. That's the old slippery slope argument. See how that was a racial slur, slope? But yeah, I don't know. It's silly. It really is. I don't care. This is, so many people have spoken out about this within the miniature community, and we will always just be divided on it. There will always be people that say no, it should be this way. Now, the one thing where I'll really get on people's sides is if we're talking about perhaps public situations with very young kids. Then, consider toning it back a little bit. But miniature games, miniature painting, and the miniature hobby, this model was not meant for kids. If you look at the package, it's going to say 12 and up, or it'll say 14 and this is the whole aspect of putting this together, pinning it and painting it, and taking good care of it, and then using it as a piece in a game. This is, believe it or not, this is an adult-rated activity, and the people that are quick to criticize it don't consider this activity to be adult. And there you go. Now you can take exception to that idea too. That they're telling you, well, basically your hobby isn't for adults. This is for young kids, because I consider this to be very juvenile. It's the video game argument. They do that with video games. Even the, video games that are rated mature or whatever. Oh, but only kids play video games because video games don't. It's a very self-centered point of view. Because I don't find video games to be very mature right? Only stupid, gross men play video games and juvenile boys play video games. That's a stigma. That obviously it's for kids. And once you make that connection in your mind, obviously this is for kids, then the whole argument of, hey, shut it down, makes sense. Shut it down. You know, and you get in, but they're not making that argument, are they? Because the other thing that's central to the argument is that, you know, this is a male-dominated space. This is all, you know, neckbeard guys. This is all, you know, guys in, you know, from late teens to 30s, 40s and up, living in their grandma's basement. I'm sorry, mom's basement, and being a neckbeard and all this kind of stuff. Well, I mean, make up your mind. If it's a juvenile activity and you want to police it like juveniles, then, you know, then you can't really claim that it's mostly adults doing this. Or maybe it's even more insulting than that. Maybe they are saying, like, well, you know, this should be for kids, but you neckbeards are so immature that you're engaging in an activity or something that should be for a 9-year-old. I don't know. Just throwing the argument around, just trying to figure it out. It's starting to look more like a bee now because of the black and the yellow, but it's cool. I don't know. I still think it's pretty awesome. This model is pretty sweet. I'm becoming a rapid fan. I love that yellow. That's really cool. And it blended pretty well. All right, we'll put her aside for a second. Let's paint some blonde hair on this dude, because he's kind of my Pippin type character. I think my my little sexuality diatribe ran off a couple of people. So, sorry if it did. If you disagree, you disagree. That's fine. Put it in the comments. Tell me why I'm wrong. Tell me why I'm being short-sighted or, you know, mean or careless or whatever. Anyway, this guy's fun. Let's get his whoop. Now I love that little like hedgehog coat of arms thing on his shield. So I totally want to play around with that. Is that? Man. I guess trying to figure out what color's what. Still here. Yeah, I know you're not offended by this stuff. Some people, I'm not saying that they're offended by it, but some people just don't like to talk about it. They get either they're tired of hearing it, or they just, you know, it's no longer interesting for them to hear. But see that little cool little, it's like a hedgehog. That thing's awesome. Who else should have blonde hair in my crew? I think they're all, I'm gonna be lazy. I'm gonna give them all blonde hair except for the classic wizard. So I'm going to give this dude blonde hair. Miss Theurge. Hey, what's up, Tori? So our lurkers left because I noticed we went from 6 viewers down to 3. So you know that's 50% of my audience got pissed, or they had other shit to do, and they're like, yeah, it's boring topic, whatever. So he's a blondie. Let's give him, let's make this piece blonde as well. Actually going to be like golden looking. So he'll have a couple of details on him that are kind of gold. Right? I don't even know what the hell that is. I don't know what some of this stuff is. You got like little spear things here. This is like some sort of scepter, I guess. I don't know. I think it's like a scepter. Or like a man catcher or something. Who knows? Right? And then maybe, yeah, you know what? Maybe the other color he will be. Actually, his other color should be white. I'm gonna do that right. Alright, anything? Okay, and then this guy, I'm gonna use that yellow ochre on his trim here. So I'm gonna give him a. So he's gonna have like a purplish robe scheme to him with kind of a gold. It's gonna be Lakers. Purplish with gold here. He's the Lakers mage. So I was watching YouTube today, and it was boring. I get this. I have this problem with YouTube. Is there's stuff I want to watch, and then when you start watching it, you'll binge watch it. Like you'll watch like 20 videos on the same topic, and then it's just no longer interesting. And then when it shows up in your feed again, you just don't care anymore. It's like, I'm no longer interested in that. That's what's going on with me right now on YouTube. It's like I'm not all that engaged with it. I don't even know what's going on back here with this miniature. Like what is going on? Get this weird like canister looking thing. Let's just paint that in. We'll just let that dry. Alright, so I think that's it for that color. I'm gonna do this weird, like a little bit of a wash almost on his hair. He's gonna have like the classic gray hair. With these, they always do the mages in these like gray hair. Maybe maybe it'll be a little more black, but I don't know. Okay, so there's that. We'll paint the gloves. He's doing the death rocker symbol here to cast spells, which is pretty awesome. We'll paint that black. Let me ask you guys something. Like, what for hobby, what do you think should be done to improve the overall quality of miniature gaming videos? Should we just make more? Is that the issue? Or are we not covering the right topics? Maybe is there a technology gap that we haven't been able to fix yet? Like, let me know what you're thinking. Like, what would you do to make miniature gaming more interesting for you? Or miniature gaming videos, I should say. I'm not engaged in them. There's the only ones that really that I really get engaged with are like the ones that, like, here's just some stuff that I've been painting recently. Here's a hobby update. The gaming ones, there have been some really good videos in the past for some of the content makers, but it's like after a fashion, they can't really, they don't have much else to crank out after a while, and so it's like, okay, well, I guess we'll just see if we can find a new channel that can give us some battle reports and watch that. Less sponsors, more genuine people. I will totally agree with that. We get a lot of people in the miniature gaming YouTube community, and again, God, I hate those words. Like, we're not a community. I guess we are, like, in the sense that some of us communicate with each other and we network with each other. So I guess from that sense, sure. It's just, I don't know. It's a weird term. Anyway, yeah, more genuine people. Meaning like more people that are just like, hey, I'm just here to share what I really like, and I'm gonna put up these videos because I like to put up the videos. I'm not going for anything. I'm not, I don't need sponsors to send me a bunch of free shit. So I totally get that. Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. More content developers is good too, because especially if they've got a good discourse and you enjoy how they deliver the content of their channel. That's like a huge thing. Like, I guess this is my delivery, but it's not really. This really isn't. There's no style to this. This is just me like randomly talking mess and then applying paint to miniatures. There's no deep science behind this. There's no Hollywood charm. There's no magnetic personality or stylized voice or anything like that. It's just dude slapping paint on miniatures here. Let's see. Any miniature game playing on Twitch channels? I hear about it, but I don't really see it. Like, I've done it, but no one really watched it. I don't know. Let's read some comments. Core of the hobby is best when run by the community and not a show that has to plug 4 different fucking companies for a 6-minute video. Less spiky bits. More people like, hey, check it out, paying this cool conversion model. And less, okay, guys, we just wrapped up this game and we're going to film another one, but you have to join our site. Yeah. I think what you're getting at, and I feel the same way, is that you have these guys that come in and that put together their YouTube channels They're miniature gaming YouTube channels. And first and foremost, they're YouTubers. They're not hobbyists. They're YouTubers. They want you to subscribe. They want to drive that number up. They want to drive their views up. They want to get to a point where their channel isn't just paying for itself, that their channel is becoming some form of livelihood. That's the goal for these guys, and so they're going to drive you towards subscription and funding them on Patreon, and they're gonna actively pursue sponsors, because they don't want to have to pay to have new miniatures, new releases. They go into this setting out to be essentially YouTube entertainers, right? YouTube entertainers that are using the miniature gaming hobby as their hook, as their draw, which is a very strange thing. It's probably because they like the hobby. I'm not accusing them of not liking the hobby. Some of them don't like the hobby, but I think she stopped making videos. The one, anyway, they go into this with, okay, I'm gonna start a YouTube channel. We're gonna talk about miniature gaming and hobby, and I'm gonna bank on my talent, my personality, my ability to draw subs in order to get this channel to a point where it is part of my livelihood. And in theory, I don't have an issue with that. I don't have an issue with it. I do have an issue from the standpoint that, and I think Cameron was hitting on, was that when those channels are the ones, they're designed to grab attention, and they're good at it. And so they grab attention from outsiders. And the casualty to that is that these outsiders are being steered by people who aren't really, whose primary goal isn't the hobby itself. Their primary goal is the success of their YouTube channel. And so what you're saying by, hey, I'm just a guy on YouTube, I'm going to share my hobby, and we need to do more and more of that. You're absolutely right. Those guys are the guys that are genuinely behind their hobby, the guys that are genuinely sharing stuff and have cool things to contribute. Those are the guys that the outsiders should really be paying attention to. Because if you really wanted to know about miniature gaming, hobby, the game itself, the last place you might look would be the channel with hundreds of thousands of subscribers that is really only good at getting hundreds and thousands of subscribers. If you want to talk to the guy that's doing this every day, the guy that does it because he loves it and figures out things because he's plugged in and is staying on the, we'll call it the cutting edge of the miniature gaming hobby know-how. That guy's hard to find. He's on YouTube. They're on YouTube for sure. Okay, mini wargaming. Well, Taria, I just found out who Spiky Bits is. The whole setup they have is garbage, in my opinion. The intro video for the Long War had me dying. I haven't watched any of this stuff. I guess you have just given me something to go check out. I'll go check that out at some point. Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. It's like those guys are professional YouTubers. They're not that are using hobby as the side, as kind of the hook. Not the reason, the hook. The reason is come and sub my channel. The hook is I do miniature gaming. That's what it is. And so it's like, oh well, fund my Patreon and buy my Painting with Chub Chub shirt, which I don't know. I would sub to somebody named Painting with Chub Chub. I think that would be hilarious. So that's, yeah. But what do we need? There is a good to some of that. There is a good to some of that. Like, a lot of people started the hobby because they ran into like a mini wargaming or something on YouTube. And they're like, oh, well, I found out about this because I saw it on YouTube and I went into my local Games Workshop and, and that's how it all started. And I've been here ever since, and it's really great. And the people are really cool, and they end up with really positive experience. You can't knock that. That's awesome. But what would be nice? What would be nice would be a point where YouTube has a healthy and saturated audience of people that come to miniature gaming, and they end up subbing these smaller channels of these really, really talented people. And I try to, when I see guys that are like up and comers on YouTube that that don't have many subs, and but they have a really, they got the chops. They're talented painters, or maybe they're really insightful gamers, or maybe they're just really, really fun to watch. I'll throw them that shout out. Now, I don't really have a big audience at all, but I mean, the 4 people that watch my channel, I'll send them that way, because obviously, if you like my channel, and I like these other channels, I come from this place where I try to post, the videos I post are videos that I think I would want to watch. So I'm trying to perpetuate what I'd like to see more of on YouTube by trying to put up more of what I'd like to see on YouTube. So, and I'm not doing a great job at it, because these painting live streams are okay, but I definitely need better equipment to show you what I'm working on. Like, that shouldn't be blurry. Like, me painting this guy should not be blurry. Like, you should, there you go. See, you should be able to see that out there, and then you should be able to see me doing this and go, oh, I can clearly see how he's painting that miniature. And we can't. I don't know what's going on. There we go. Trying to get it to, there we go. So he's, wow, can't get it to, just can't win. Cannot get this to do what I want it to do. It's all right. Let's see. Oh, dude, the first 5 seconds will get you. I'm gonna have to tune into this. This sounds amazing. You got me. I'm now intrigued. I gotta watch that. I also, on YouTube, I just want to see more of the smaller games covered, because that's where my interest lies. I'm really interested in the like the off the beaten path games, particularly skirmish games, particularly specialist games. I want to see more stuff like that. I remember when Play It Painted was a segment on this channel that was about that. That was like, here's a, we're gonna play Dead Man's Hand. We're gonna play Deep Wars. We're gonna play Saga before Saga got big. That's what we did on this channel for Play It Painted. The idea was, we're gonna show you a game that you may not be aware is out there, and we're gonna show you like from the experience of somebody that's learning the rules and has painted all. Uh-oh, my wife needs me for a sec. Hold on one sec. Okay. What's up, babe? You need to sleep? Alright. Come on, kiddo. Yeah.
But Mommy has a phone.
Mommy has a phone.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah, and you have one too.
I have one too.
Yeah.
Here. Why don't we paint with Daddy here for just a couple minutes, okay? So it sounds like you guys can hear that my little guy is not going to sleep. Why aren't you going to sleep?
Can I have this papers?
Well, you can watch.
Okay.
We're gonna sit. We're gonna sit and paint this. This camera is on here. See?
Yeah.
You want to say hi to the internet?
Yeah. Hi.
Hi.
That's your hand.
That's my hand. Yeah.
Yes.
Ooh.
You like your hand?
Yeah, I like my hand. I hope you like my hand. See, we're gonna do this.
It starts that guy.
Yeah.
But I like that guy.
You like that guy?
Yeah, and that guy
He's
too.
a short guy. He's a little guy.
What's that guy?
Yeah. What do you want to call him?
But what's in his hand?
It's called a sword.
But what's on top of it?
What's on top of it?
I don't know.
Yeah. It's called a sword.
But it's really cool.
It's really cool.
Hey, Dad!
Hey, what's up?
There's different colors.
Yeah, there's different colors. That's right. Because we're going to paint these bottles different colors.
Yes.
They're saying hi. So see that? Look up there. See how that screen?
Yeah.
They're saying hi.
But those ones are white.
Yeah, that one's white. That's right.
Yeah. But they're not done yet.
We're not done. Yeah.
Yeah.
Daddy had to stop painting those because someone's asked Daddy for help, and I have to help them by painting these miniatures, right?
But I make sticky splats.
You made what are sticky splats?
Yes.
What are those?
I'm Romeo.
You're Romeo?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
And I mean it, and
I don't understand.
I don't know what that is.
Well, yeah. Well, you gotta help me out. What's going on?
But I'm Octavius.
You're Octavius.
But
You want to tell what do you want to tell people at home
yeah,
about you?
I was seeing PJ Masks. Then I saw a strange sound.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was Romeo and Night Ninja. And the only girl.
What?
The Night Ninja.
The Nine Ninja?
Yeah.
This sounds really cool. Like tell
Night
me more
Ninja
about it.
Make a sticky splat. Then I was stuck.
Okay, let me get this straight. Night Ninja made a sticky splat, and then you were stuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Then what did you do?
PJ Masks were going to rescue me. Yeah.
Pidgeymax.
Yes.
I have no idea what you're talking about, but that's already better than most of the YouTube channels I think I've seen.
Yes.
Like what you're describing just sounds really, really cool.
And that was the end of the story.
That was the end of the story. Oh my gosh. It just ended like that.
Yes.
You are really good at telling stories, kiddo.
Yeah.
There you are.
That's good, isn't it?
It is really good.
But
No kidding.
But those guys are doing. But they look like robots.
What looks like robots?
Those guys.
These guys?
No,
No.
those guys.
Oh, those guys over there. Well, there's a knight over there.
Yes.
And then there's like there's drow elves over there. Drow, I guess they're called. Are they? Is that really pronounced drow? I don't know. Is it really pronounced drow? Is that what you think? You sure?
Yes.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
But
Yeah.
you
But-
don't need to paint those with that.
I don't need to? Are you sure?
Yes.
I think I do.
But I need to
What?
drink some water.
You need to drink some water?
Yes.
Okay, I'll get you some water. Hold on.
But I'm okay.
You're okay? Well, I'm going to just finish painting this
Yes.
white. And then I think we're going to
Yeah.
hang
Dad,
out. What's up, buddy?
there's something right behind me.
What's right behind you?
Those boxes.
Those boxes?
What are they?
Well, those are in front of you. Those are
I don't know.
those are just little plastic boxes.
What kind of boxes?
Yeah, I don't know. They're just little plastic boxes.
They're just fruit boxes.
They're fruit boxes? Why not? I'll agree with that. Sure.
But there's something wrong with them.
What's the matter? What's wrong with them?
There's something. Food's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Can you find the fruit?
There's no fruit in there.
Yes, you need some.
I need some.
Yes. We need a snack.
We need a snack. It's a little late for a snack, kiddo.
Yes.
Like really late. That's the reason why mommy asked me for help. So we gotta put you to sleep. We're gonna put you to bed because it's late at night.
Oh, I like them.
You like them? Well, they're
Yes.
doing pretty well. I think we're gonna.
I like the colors.
You like the colors? Can we do a wash real quick?
Yeah.
We can. Okay, good. Can we do 2 washes? Is that too much? Getting greedy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's see.
What color is that?
Brown.
Brown. We're gonna use some of this brown.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna do it.
You want to do it?
Yes.
Unfortunately, I'm not gonna have you do it.
Yeah.
Why? Why aren't you doing it?
I don't know.
What did Daddy say? Daddy says, when you learn how to use the potty, like a big boy, then Daddy will teach you how to paint.
But I'm actually different.
You're actually different.
Yes.
I want to hear this. Like, I want to hear this. This logic. Why are you actually
Hey!
different? What?
You're playing this.
Yeah, you can
they're
watch
on
up there. That's
Yeah.
right.
They're on the TV.
We're on the TV.
Yes.
What do you want to say on the TV?
Hi.
Hi. Tell people about yourself.
Hi.
What's your name?
Octavius.
And what do you like to do, Octavius?
I don't know that.
You don't know?
But there's something like everything's all messed up.
What's all messed up?
This.
What?
But there's something happening.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What?
Something's cooking really.
Something's cooking?
Yeah, it's really bad.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
Should I be concerned?
Yes, it's the baker bots.
It's the baker bots.
Yeah, and they're messing up They're messing up
They're messing up what?
some food.
They're messing up some food.
Yes. Can you clean it up?
I have to go clean it up?
Yes.
Man, I don't like these baker bots. I was minding my own business, just
They're
painting.
cooking crazy.
They're cooking crazy, huh?
Yes.
Look, someone's typing. Hi, Octavius. His name is Tori. Can you say hi, Tori?
Hi.
Say hi, Tori.
Hi. I have an accident.
You have an accident.
Yes. It's the baker bots.
Dang, those baker bots are everywhere.
Yeah, and they're cooking.
And they're cooking.
Yeah. They're
Man,
really crazy.
they're really crazy. How are we going to stop them?
You gotta turn on the red big button, but don't put it. But don't push the purple buttons.
Don't push the purple buttons.
Nope. They're the crazy cooking buttons.
The crazy cooking buttons.
Yes.
This is already a good story. This is already more interesting than the stories I typically give on this show. These guys have to watch this show, and you're already like way more entertaining than I've been. Yeah, you do like a really good job.
Dad,
What's up, kiddo?
I saw the same strange sound.
You saw the same strange sound.
Yes. It was a snake.
It's a snake?
Yes, but he's just having a picnic with his friends.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about Pokemon? What's your favorite Pokemon?
Can you put that down?
What?
That.
You don't want me to paint anymore?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm almost done. I'm just going to put this wash on, okay? Why don't you tell me about Pokemon? What's your favorite Pokemon?
Sandshrew.
Sandshrew. Why Sandshrew?
Yes, I like it, Sandshrew.
You like Sandshrew?
Yes.
What does he become?
Sandslash.
Sandslash. Yeah.
It has
But what did you like? Did you like that Charizard that I got?
Yes.
Yeah. Was it really cool?
Yes.
What else do you like besides Sandshrew?
I don't know.
I think. Okay. Do you like? Would you say you like Rhyhorn or Golbat? Which one do you like more?
Rhyhorn.
You like Rhyhorn more?
Yeah.
Do you like? Let's see. Do you like? Who'd you like more? Scyther or Lickitung?
Cider.
Scyther. Why do you like Scyther more?
Because he's a praying mantis.
That's a good. Yeah. Okay. Your logic is sound. I'm gonna have to agree with you.
But look.
What?
Another color.
A new color. What color is it?
It's red.
It's red.
Yeah.
What color is this guy's? What color is his? Is he? This guy.
I know.
What color is he?
Are you done yet?
No, I'm not done yet. I'm gonna do one more. I'm gonna do one more wash on him. We're just gonna do some washes. Praying mantis are the best bugs. What do you think about that? Do you think praying mantis are the best bugs?
Yes.
What are the best bugs?
I know.
You don't know? Would you say? What else is a good bug? What about Caterpie?
Yeah.
Or Weedle?
But
What does Weedle become? Do you remember?
Yeah, Caterpie.
No, Weedle doesn't become Caterpie.
What?
Okay, what does Nidoran become?
I know.
You don't know?
Tell me.
You're freezing up. You're freezing up on camera. What does Paris become?
Parasect.
Parasect, good. What does Pikachu become?
I don't know.
You don't know. Wow.
Tell me.
Raichu?
Yeah, Raichu.
Raichu. I guess you kind of have to have these in front of you to look at them. Then you can tell me what's what, huh? It's hard this way, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I can't even get that to come out. What about...
Ah!
What this?
That.
What?
You need another watch.
What does Charmander become?
Charmeleon.
Charmeleon, that's right.
But can you stop painting?
You want me to stop painting?
Yes.
Okay. I guess I can't find the wash for this guy. Actually, I really need to do that before we go, though. Can I do it real quick?
Yes.
Alright. Let's do it. I won't take too long, I hope. Will you be okay? I'm probably not going to take too long.
But, Dad,
Yeah?
But what's that?
What's what?
What's that squishing?
Oh, that's the microphone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the microphone?
The microphone does,
I don't know.
the microphone is so that they can hear us. Yeah, I know. He actually usually likes it when I paint, when we paint together, but
Hey,
I think he's... What color is that?
It's not a color.
What color is that?
It's not a color.
It's not a color? Are you sure?
No. It's
What?
slime.
It's a slime?
Yeah.
It's a wash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A
Here, look,
slime
and I'm going to
wash.
put it right here.
It's a slime wash.
It's a slime wash?
Yes.
What color is that? Look.
Black.
Is it black?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Somebody made it.
Somebody made it?
Yes.
It's purple.
Yes.
Look at it.
That guy made it.
He made it?
Yes.
He made his own wash?
Mhm.
I guess he's pretty cool. What's your favorite one? I know it's a difficult question, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But can you scratch my foot?
Sure.
Can you go on painting?
Yeah. Scratch your foot. Okay.
This one.
Which one?
This one.
All right. You scratch your foot.
Yes.
Let me just put this on. I need this to go on right now so that it dries.
Can
Give
you
it a
pull
long
it
time.
down?
Yeah, I will. Then what do you want to do? What are we going to do?
We're going to, but can you get this off? Can you scratch this foot?
Let me scratch your other foot?
Yes,
Okay.
there.
Let's scratch your other foot.
Can you
Oh.
put that
There.
paintbrush down?
Let's put the favorite. Oh, listen to this one. My favorite Pokemon is Alakazam.
Oh, yeah.
Do we have an Alakazam? We do, don't we? We have two Alakazam. Don't we?
But can you scratch my foot?
Oh, sure. What Pokemon becomes Alakazam?
I don't know.
What does he start off as?
I don't know.
Remember? He's a small guy. He's called Abra. Remember Abra?
Yes.
Okay. Well, guys, it looks like
That's your
it
bug.
looks like I'm being asked to stop painting. So we did get pretty far. I mean,
But
we're
look at
we're
that.
actually almost done with these
But
four.
look at that bug right there.
Yeah, there's a bug. We're gonna have to kill that bug.
I
So,
would
Here's the
put.
four,
I would
and
put.
they're looking pretty good.
I would
But
stab it with my
what are you gonna do?
launching cooler.
You're gonna slam it with your launching prayer. I didn't even know what that was. But anyways, that's it for this episode. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Have a good night, and we'll catch you on the next one. Say bye, buddy.
Bye.
Bye. Say bye.
Bye.
All right.